Hey guys, it's coreross and welcome to 6 News. Today we're going to be talking about maps and which ones should get removed in the future as we reach the data limit that is part of Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I did a poll on this on the channel and got 5.6k in votes, and I was really surprised. So 51% actually want both Favela and Yacht to return. Only 12% want them both to be deleted. 17% want Favela back and 21% want Yacht back. So this here is the casual playlist as it was last represented in the last blog post about this subject. Since then we haven't heard anything else. And of course we've had the new tower map from White Noise get added. And then this is the ranked playlist as well, which is supposed to represent the Pro League map choices. Although the DLC maps have been getting added into this because there was kind of an uproar that theme park wasn't going to be in the ranked playlist, so they added it in. And then of course that meant that the next DLC map, Tower, was added into the ranked playlist as well. So they'll have to mess around with them again in the future to keep it up with the Pro League. But then what happens when you actually have to delete maps? Which ones do you take out? Now I've actually heard a lot of people suggest take away Bartlett University because a lot of people don't like it. And it sounds like such a good idea. One really big problem is though, it's used in the final situation and it's the only real story element in Rainbow Six Siege. You can't really delete it, it's part of the base game. And the thing is, they're still selling the base game. You can't really go deleting some of the stuff from it, so you probably can't go taking Bartlett University out because it's in that final situation. You're kind of stuck with it. And the players demanded it as a PvP map, and now we have it, and we're probably stuck with it. So people that suggest deleting Bartlett University don't really think too much about it and don't realize that, yeah, it is actually the situation as well. And you'd have to delete that situation, which is part of the base game, which is still for sale. So that might be a very bad thing to do. Of course, the player base ain't going to care if you're deleting it. But if there's a legal reason that comes up, that would be risky. Now, the other thing is, what about other original maps that came with the game? You know, they were again sold with the game, so can you delete them? You know, people are paying for those maps effectively when they buy the game. So can you actually delete original maps from the game as well without getting in trouble? And if that's the case, does it just mean that DLC maps might be the only maps you can delete? So we might actually lose some of the maps we do really enjoy. Now they do seem to be mitigating the whole data limit by reducing the amount of maps we're actually getting. So like losing the Polish map last season probably gave them a bit of breathing room. But also deleting 2 maps from year 3 is probably also helping the breathing room as well. Of course though, the zombie mode is coming in, which brings a whole bunch of new maps. But the great thing is it's temporary, so they can get rid of it afterwards and take that data out. Then they could chuck maps back in and rework them. And they do have plans to rework 1 map from year 3. But the big question is, what maps do you actually want to get deleted from Rainbow Six Siege? Because I was surprised by that vote and how many people wanted both those maps to come back. But is there really a map out there that people like just outright test all of them? And I've seen the suggestion as well to bring in a vote system for picking the next map that you play. Now that sounds great because then you can vote to play the map you want to play, but then you might end up just playing like the same 5 maps over and over because that's just what people enjoy more. Whereas some of the less used maps, less loved, might not get played as much. But it could be good data for the developers. They'd be able to see who's voting for what, and they could go, right, this map here doesn't get any votes. No one wants to play it, you know? So we can delete that, and that might be the least controversial. The problem is as well, there might be that there's just not a controversial option here. And if they do need to start deleting maps, which from what we've seen in their blog post for this subject originally, that has to happen, and it's probably going to happen this year. Because right now those maps are still in the game, they're still in custom games, but of course we're bringing in the zombies. That's a lot of new content. It's the biggest content drop we'll have ever in a season. So will that result in both Favelas and Yacht being actually deleted from the game? And then that means they can possibly come back when they actually rework them later. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. This is a touchy subject for sure, I think. And I'll catch you next time.